I'm Kimberly Edwards from cookingwithkimberly.com, and tonight I am making you a shrimp chowder. But I'm not just making you any shrimp chowder, I'm making you shrimp chowder in these amazing little stoneware clay pots that I have. Stoneware pots, not clay. Stoneware pots that I have. These are from Russia, and they're amazing. They are beautiful slow cooking devices. Though nothing sticks to it, they're awesome. Okay, so I've used these before, and I'm loving them, and this is what I'm doing tonight. This is actually pretty quick if you have some of these things prepared or you have some leftovers in the fridge that you can use, okay? So I have some grilled corn on the cob, and I'm just slicing the corn kernels off of those cobs. And you're just taking a nice sharp knife, and you're raking from the top to the bottom, holding it nice and tight, and you're just slicing them off. You don't want to get too much of that cob, so you want to stay a little bit superficial-ish, but you want to make sure you get that whole cob too. You'll be able to feel it as you go down. Okay? Now don't chunk these out. These are great for stocks. These corn cobs, they're great for stocks. Now I've got 3 of these. I definitely won't use 3 of these. I'll probably use the amount of 1, but I do want to get the kernels off of these, and I'll just save it for something else. So off they come. Here they go. Now, this is a super sharp knife that I have. Love this stuff. Make sure you go check out ProChefGearPlus.com and use the discount code Kimberly so that you can get 15% off of your orders of $50 or more. If you need things for your kitchen, like, I don't know, chef gear, like knives and, you know, cookware and aprons and chef sets and things like that. You need that stuff? Go get it at ProChefGearPlus.com. So I'm saving these. These are going to the side. No big deal, okay? And I'm gonna have to move this all over here just because I have no bowl for this right now. Okay, so I've got some carrot. Peel it if you want, don't peel it, I don't care. You can peel it if you want. When I peel them, I actually use the peels, I give them to my dogs. They actually eat them. I don't know if your dogs will eat them, but it's a great nutritious boost if you don't want to throw it out, you know what I'm saying? All right, so I'm just making nice little rounds. Cool. I'll probably use 2 carrots here. I'm going to peel some of it. Now, sometimes, yeah, all the nutrients, well, not all the nutrients, a lot of the nutrients and minerals are in the skins of vegetables. You hear my dogs running in here. As soon as they hear me peeling things, they know I'm going to give that to them. So that's going to be set aside for them. But that's where a lot of the nutrients are. Now, if you don't like keeping the skins on, don't. And if you can negotiate by leaving half the skins on and half of them off, you're good to go. And that's what I often do, in fact, just to keep everybody happy. Not everyone likes to eat skins. I like to keep them on my potatoes as well, sometimes my sweet potatoes. So this is a bigger carrot. I'm just sliced it in half, and now I'm just slicing it again. It's nice little medallions, okay? I have a super sharp knife. If you don't have a sharp knife, please don't do this. You will hurt yourself. Just slice it in half first, and then, you know, completely, and then cut it again. All right, everybody. So that's my carrots ready. I do have some sweet potato. I'm going to peel this, though. Just for this purpose in here today, we're going to peel it. Alright, I don't need a whole sweet potato, and I probably need a potato, and I forgot to get one out. So the chowder, right? Chowder is just a thick soup, has nice chunky veggies and things in. I'm actually going to make a shrimp chowder today. You could do a chicken chowder, you can do, you know, any kind of chowder you want. Chicken and any kind of fish type of chowder is much more, you know, the norm. So today I'm going to do some shrimp ones, and the shrimp are actually going to go at the very end, near the end. They don't need to cook this whole entire time with this soup. I don't want them falling apart, and I just have tiny ones, so I don't want to do that, right? I'm going to slice the end of this off. Lovely. All right, now I'm just going to chunk these up. Yes, the shrimp, they don't take very long to cook, and they don't need to sit there in that broth the whole entire time. The main purpose of when I'm going to let this like kind of long cook a little bit for is because it's got these harder vegetables in. It's got the sweet potato. It's got the carrot. It's going to have some celery in. You know, those need to cook, and I need everything to marry and make a beautiful foundation for flavor. Then I'm going to add those shrimp in, and you're good to go. Now, you got a total bonus today because I'm making 2 kinds of chowders, chicken or shrimp chowders. One is going to be a tomato base, and one is going to be a little bit creamier. Now, I don't have cream. I'm not going to use cream tonight. We're actually going to be a little healthier than that. I'm going to show you another way to get around making things creamy, and it's not tofu, so relax. Now, this is a zucchini. I do the same thing with my zucchinis, but I do this to make it kind of pretty too. So I just do a nice peel off, Leave a space, peel again, leave a space, peel again, leave a space, peel again, leave a space, peel again. And what this gives you is when you slice it, it looks like a little star, and you have these pretty little things on the outside, right? Doesn't that look nice? Right, so that's what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to cut it into 4, just so that they're even. I want a nice, like, probably about like that. What's that? About 3/4 inch, I'd say. And I'm just going to make them into squares. You don't need a whole bunch of veggies because these things aren't that huge either. And you want to put a nice amount of shrimp in later. You want to put some nice broth in there too. Okay, so I'm slicing that up. Now, not everybody likes onion. I'm putting some onion in one of these bad boys. One of them is going to be a tomato-based one, and one is going to be different. So you can customize these if you use these little clay pots or something similar, little Ramekins or whatever you want to use, little French onion soup things. I have celery as well. I'm just slicing up some celery. You're eyeballing, guys. I have no idea what the exact measurements are going to be. I'm guesstimating, and I'm just trying to get a nice little bit of every little thing I want to put in these guys. Here's an onion. I'm just going to slice a little bit off for somebody. And we're going to go that way with it. You can put garlic in here if you want to. To me, the main vegetable that I look for in chowders are corn, and then, two of them are very important. I like to look for the potatoes, and I look for the corn. So I've already got the corn. I've got some sweet potatoes here, and I'm about to chop up one nice, just regular white potato as well. So that's all I need, kind of onion there for one of those pots. Beautiful. It's going to be awesome. I have some green beans. Now I've got some grape tomatoes for the tomato-based one, and I've got some mushrooms I'm going to slice them. In the meantime, on the stove back here, I forgot to tell you, I have some bacon, and it's just frying up. I have 3 pieces of bacon. 1 piece of bacon is going to go in each one crumbled up. You don't want to put raw bacon in because it doesn't cook nice in soups. So I'm just crisping up this bacon. I'm doing it nice and slow, and I want it to be nice and crispy when I put it in. Now, you don't have to use bacon if you don't want to. You can use ham if you want to. You don't have to use any meat if you don't want to. Whatever, you can do a vegetable chowder, and I've seen people do that, and they're actually very nice. Cool. All right, so I'm going to slice up these cherry tomatoes. Actually, they're grape tomatoes. Slice these up because I want them to kind of bleed and make some of that that broth for the tomato paste one. Now, some people don't like creamy stuff, whatever. Some people just really, really like the tomato base. I like both kinds. It doesn't matter to me. So I just had to choose one. All right, slicing these up. I've got maybe, 10 or a dozen of these bad boys, I would guesstimate here. If you've been counting, let me know how many there are. I guess I should go back when I edit and count how many I had here. All right, so that's that. I like to show you guys how to just wing it on the fly and cook, by eyeballing. It's way more fun, and it's, you can do it. You save a lot of time doing it this way as well. All right, so slicing up some mushrooms. I know you're sitting here for all the prep, but you're going to have to do this too. So I want you to get ready and just see it's not hard. Okay, I got a bunch of veggies. I got those shrimp are going to go in later. All as well. My bacon is still crisping up. All right, I'm actually going to start assembling these because I can. They're going to slow cook, so everything is going to kind of, infuse together. Hold on. Everything's going to infuse together and be so yummy. And all the flavors are going to marry, and it's going to be in there for a long time. It's going to be awesome. Okay, move those peels for the doggies. Okay, we're going to start to try and assemble some of this stuff because I want these, everything to mingle and have a good time. So in the one in the middle, I'm going to put the tomatoes. That's going to go in the middle, but that one's going to be the onions. Onions go in there. Lots of nice onions. That's going to be a gorgeous broth. Okay. The tomatoes are all going to go in this one. I'm mixing up some of the green beans in each one of them. You don't have to use green beans. You can use peas too if you want to. Whatever. Doesn't matter. All right. I am putting in some carrots in each one. And some sweet potatoes in each one. All this is going to melt down. Everything's going to break down, right? Some corn, a nice handful of corn in each one. You're going to top it off with some broth as well at the end. So make sure you get some zucchini in there, a little bit of celery. Zucchini and celery is going to be yummy. In each one. Try and top them up nicely, okay? You want mushrooms in each one. Plus, you want it to be hearty. You understand? I like mine to be hearty. Beauty. I'm putting all this in. I don't care. We're going to shove it all in. These vegetables have a lot of moisture content, so don't be worried about them not like fitting in here. It's going to fit. Don't worry. Everything's going to melt down lovely. Be lovely. I'm going to use all that corn just because I can. Okay, in goes the corn. All right, now I'm just going to wait for this bacon to crisp up. In fact, I might just get these in the oven now and then put the bacon in a little bit, stir them a little bit in a little while, and we'll go from there. So I made this really, really nice chicken broth the other day, and that's what I'm using, my homemade chicken broth. And I'm just going to ladle some on top. But first, I'm going to put some spices over top of these, okay? Watch out. I smell my bacon. Don't forget about your lovely bacon. Bacon. Now, if you want to use a fish broth, you very well may. You may use a vegetable broth if you so desire. You can use a beef broth. I'm not really down with the beef broth for a chowder, but you can if you want to, okay? I'm going to actually bust up some really cool pepper first to use in here because it's going to be nice. We're going to use a little bit of chili flake, freshly mortar and pestled. That's what we're putting it in there. I'm also going to break up some of this, not the long pepper, but the comet's tail. I'm going to use some comet's tail peppercorns today. No, I'm not. I'm using Grains of Paradise just because I change my mind whenever I want to. Because I'm a chick. Ha! Guys will tell you that we change our mind all the time. I'm going to use about a half a teaspoon of Grains of Paradise peppercorns. You can use whatever peppercorn you like. These just happen to be something really cool and special that I'd like to use. They're really cool. They're really tiny. And I'm going to bust these up in this mortar and pestle. Alright. Beautiful. Nothing like freshly cracked pepper, right? Awesome. Alright, torch in my hand so I know what I'm working with here. Don't waste it. In it goes. Now this I did not get at my grocer. I got it online at Qualifirst Foods. That's qualifirst.com. They have all kinds of really cool, like, flavored stuff that you've never had before. They import foods from all over the world so that you can enjoy it. Sit tight, everybody. Sorry about that, everybody. I had to speak to one of my friends, Miss Lorraine Tootie. Shout out to you guys. I'm doing an awesome party for her on the 22nd of April. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait to cook for these ladies. It's going to be the bomb. Anyways, if you guys are interested in something like that, make sure you check out my neighborhood chef. It's cookingwithkimberly.com/neighborhood-chef. That's it. There it is. So check that out if you want me to do some, cool stuff for you. You got some cool stuff. Okay, so the middle one is the tomato, right? My bacon, by the way, is ready. I'm going to get it off. The middle one is the tomato. The one on the left has onions. The one over here is no onions, okay? So I'm also going to thicken this up now to make it kind of creamier, okay? We're looking for creamy-ish texture, and a good way to do that, and I learned this from, Italians all over the world, they thicken sauces a lot of times with breadcrumbs, and that's exactly what I'm going to do today. I'm going to thicken up these two chowders on the end, the creamy ones, with breadcrumbs instead of using cream. Heck of a lot less calories, easier to come by in your household. Oftentimes I have bread, but sometimes I don't have cream. Lots of times I don't have cream and I have bread. So I'm going to use some breadcrumbs today, and that's just going to thicken up that mixture. I'm pouring just a little bit on top of each one. Even it out. And that was going to just, thicken it up a little bit, make it a little bit more creamy, okay? So next goes in my bacon. I'm going to crumble this bacon. I don't want to burn my fingers. There's my bacon. Crumbling one in. You're going to stir all this up to make sure that everything's fine. So it's okay if it's layered right now. It's all going to figure itself out. Don't even worry about it. That bacon looks and smells amazing. Make sure you get it to the crispy point or it's just not worth it. You're going to miss out on a lot of flavor. You're going to be mad at me. Don't do that. Don't be mad at me for something I told you not to do. Okay? Thank you. All right, into the other one. See how easy this is? You're just assembling. It's actually kind of fun. I like these. These are so much fun. All right, and then I'm just going to ladle on some of this beautiful chicken broth that I made. Now, be snazzy if you want to, or don't use chicken broth, or buy it at the store, or you can just use water, or you can use tea. Okay, hold on. I'm just going to rinse my hands off quickly. All right, I'm back. So, the only thing left to do here, I'm also going to put a little bit of salt on top. Now, you're not going to know exactly how much salt you're going to need until, you know, you do a taste test near the end. So I'm just going to put a guesstimation of salt on, a couple dashes here. My broth has some salt in it. If you're using store-bought broth, you are definitely going to have sodium in there unless you purchase the low-sodium kind. So be careful with your salt additions. Also, your bacon has some salt. Okay? Okay. So into here we go. Ladle that on. Try and get it up to the top so that everything's covered. You're going to go through there. Everything's going to squish down. Oh, these are so going to be awesome. I'm so excited. All right, here's the tomato-based one. Oh, yeah, I overdid that one. Here's going to overflow, so make sure you take some of the broth out if you do it too full, because it'll overflow. Everything's going to expand and heat and bubble and boil, and you're not going to be happy that it's overflowing everywhere. That looks beautiful. Okay, so onto these. Actually, I'm going to leave the tops off for right now because they're very full, and we're going to do it that way. So into my oven. My oven is it's preheating. It's heating now. It's preheating to 350 degrees. Now, you could also bring it down to 325 if you want to. I'm going to put mine on 350 because I want mine done in like an hour or so. So I'm going to come back. You're going to see me, and I'm going to be putting some shrimp in here, and we're going to finish it all off and see how awesome they are, right? Cool. Into this oven they go. Okay, everybody, these have been in for about 30 minutes or so, and I just want to make sure that I stir them around. I want all those seasonings, everything to make sure it's all happy. The breadcrumbs need to be all mixed in so that things can start getting a little bit, you know, cloudy and creamy-ish. I also added 1 bay leaf to each of these, a small bay leaf to each one. Oh, I also want to make sure that all these veggies are mixed up properly and the bacon gets in there and flavors everything. Very nice as well. So you kind of want to do that. All right, I'm going to wait until these evaporate a tiny bit more before, and you know, I'm checking the doneness of these veggies, and I'm looking at the sweet potato. That's probably your limiting factor is your sweet potato, and it still probably has another, I don't know, 20-30 minutes to go before it's even soft. So we're going to leave that be. We're going to put the shrimp in later. With the shrimp now, I just put some boiling water over top of them. I want to make sure they're, you know, they're somewhat cooked all as well. You can use fresh ones if you want to, but this is how my mom does it. That's how I'm doing it tonight. So that's what's up. I also took off the little tails, and they're deveined. Okay, so they're ready to go. I've got about 1.5 cups of those, and they're going to go in dispersed throughout these. All right, back in the oven they go. Looks beautiful, smells delicious. I might even just put the lid on. No, I'm not going to put the lid on because it's going to be too high. So into the oven they go. Wow. All right, everybody. So the liquid has reduced down a bit, giving me some room, perfect amount of room for my shrimp. And I'm just going to mix these bad boys in here. We're going to return it back for about 10 minutes or so. And then we're done. All is well. Everything's done. So a handful of shrimp here, handful of shrimp here, handful of shrimp here. Hold on, let me grab a couple more from here. All right. And then you're just going to stir them in. Stir, stir, stir. I'm going to replace the lid of these bad boys, these little stoneware pots. Mix that all in. Oh, it smells awesome. All right, I'm replacing the lids now. I want to keep the rest of that liquid in, and I want it to finish just being happy. Now, if you want to, you can sprinkle this with some fresh herbs, some cilantro, some parsley. I would suggest parsley more than anything. But if you don't have that, no worries, whatever. You can sprinkle it with cheese. You can top it with a bread crouton if you want, something like how you do French onion soup. Whatever you like. All right, back in the oven for 10 more minutes. They're bubbling and boiling. I can hear them. I can smell them. I can see them. They're so pretty. All right, turn off that oven. These guys are done. Now, if you're not eating them right away, that's okay, because these stoneware pots, they hold that heat in for a long time. It's good stuff. Okay, this is a special thing that comes with them. Make sure you check them out. These guys come from a place called FromRussia.com. Check them out. Comes with a little holder. Anyways, that's the one I'm eating. So that it just goes like this, transfers to the plate. See how easy that is? Pull it off. So I'm going to move these out of my way because I don't need them. Hold on. Now, I'm going to try this sucker for you. Now, this is pretty presentation, too. You take the little lid off. You can let it set askew, something like that. Put it on the side. Serve this with cornbread. You can serve it with rolls. You can serve it with whatever the heck you want. Be experimental. Think of something really cool. All right, so it's like a lava inferno, but I'm going to try and brave it, and I'm going to try and take a bite for you guys. We're going to hope for the best. I haven't taste tested this at all, so I'm going to tell you what it needs maybe, and we'll go from there, and that's how you make this. Okay, so got some corn, got some carrots, some shrimp. Now, if you wanted to turn this into a gumbo, you could make a roux at the beginning, add your broth, and then you could also add some nice hot sausage, some chorizo, something like that. Yeah, how delicious would that be? Okay. It's so hot. I don't want to... Don't laugh if I burn myself. I got some bacon, some shrimp, that corn. Man, these are so good. These are also very good for people who are trying to lose weight because you can cook very healthy. You don't need any excess fat or anything like that in there. It's unnecessary. You need to make this. I'm sorry, my mouth is full. That's fabulous. You can taste a little hint of sweet potato. Man, you can just see that's just goodness in there. Just all kinds of veggie, yummy goodness. Anyways, that's super easy. It's kind of set and forget, you know? Get everything organized, shove it in there, put some broth on it, put your shrimp in at the end, and you're done. You're good to go. All is well. Super easy. Extremely tasty. Very impressive presentation. All around, it's good stuff. Anyways, that's how you make shrimp chowder in stoneware pots. That's what's up. That's it. That's all. I hope you follow me on Twitter at Cooking with Kim, with a capital E. I hope you like the fan page. It's facebook.com/cookingwithkimberly. All my shows are on youtube.com/cookingwithkimberly, and the site is cookingwithkimberly.com. I hope you come out, interact with me, let me know what's going on, try out my recipes. All right, everybody? Be a champion in your kitchen and eat deliciously. Bye.